and 77 for the giveaway. And we're going to be doing that here in about, just a little around 20 minutes. So be sure and get that in. And so, for those of you that had been jumping off early the last few weeks or anything, I guess for the last few weeks, we was going over top three songs from a basically a 10-year generation. And we started at what's above 2000s and we got all the way down to the 80s. But I also said, we were talking about here a while back, and we said, well, Walter's never on here in the late after the giveaway hardly sometimes. So we started out at the 40s. So we're going to jump all the way down to the 40s and beyond, 40s and older. So anyway, we'll start. I guess we'll start back up with Gary, work our way back around the room. But anyway, this is the top three songs from the 40s or older.
Now, what makes you think I'm old enough?
Well, I had to start either you or Bubba. So
I think this was an age remark here. Gosh, from the 40s, I'd have to rely on my knowledge of my mom and dad's music for crying out loud. Let's see.
Hey, that's big band and swing time, man.
Definitely In the Mood, Glenn Miller. Has to be in there. Let's see. What else? Stardust. And gosh, I don't know. I have to think. Does Chattanooga Choo Choo fall in that category? I think it does. Yeah, those are the only three I can come up with, so I'm going to stop there. Let somebody else embarrass themselves for a while. How about that?
Well, I think when we were talking before, too, about Walter, it's because when we brought music before, Walter had come up with some really cool songs that we kind of forgot about. And so they're like, oh, we're talking about like, we got to wait till Walter's on here to go back to the 40s because he always come up with some really cool older songs. So, Jamie, let's go on to you and we'll go on around the room here, buddy.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
Yep.
Good one.
Duke Ellington, Take the A Train. And Chattanooga Choo Choo was definitely one of my favorites. And In the Mood by Glenn Miller, being a trombone player, loved Glenn Miller. He also did Chattanooga Choo Choo. So big band stuff is one of my favorites, but I can't remember. I remember the tunes, and I have trouble remembering the actual names of the song.
Name of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also know Bubba is a big fan of old music too. So I'm excited. See if everybody can pick their top three before it gets to Bubba. I bet he'll still have some. So we'll jump down to you. Go ahead. Did you have something else, Jamie?
Riders in the Sky. Wasn't that from the 40s?
Yep. Vaughn Monroe.
Vaughn Monroe.
Yeah, and his orchestra.
So, Garage Guy, you got 1, 2, 3 from that era?
From the 40s, I have 0, but there is one musician that lived back in that time, and a lot of people talk about these rock and roll drummers from the 70s and 80s and on up. I believe if this musician had the same equipment and technology available, he would have put them all to shame. And I want to say his name was Buddy Rich. Am I right? Or
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Buddy Rich.
Yeah, he had he only had what, a 3-piece kit with just a crash cymbal or something, and he could make that set of drums sing. You know, it'd sound like a one-man band with him. and I really appreciate it. You know, his talent, his musicianship. He didn't go overboard, you know, swaying around with all the motions and all that. He just flat out played. And, you know, I've seen him on Johnny Carson back in the day when I was younger, and I'm like, my gosh, you know, this guy is excellent. And that's the only one I can really think of that was back in that era. He was a great musician. He was, as far as his craft went, you could tell he practiced, he worked at it, and he was the best.
Good stuff. Yeah, and that's the side chat's coming up with some great stuff too. Charles T says out there silent film musicals. So Walter, how about you, buddy?
Well, there's somebody mentioned Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. That was the Andrews Sisters.
Yep.
And another one that they popularized was Rum and Coca-Cola. That was in the same, so it might have even been that same album. Then in the 40s, there was a musical that came out called South Pacific. And one of the most popular tunes from that production was Some Enchanted Evening. And I think it might have been Perry Como who sang that and put that out as a single. I can't remember for sure, but I believe it was Perry Como that did that one. And then let's see, what else did the Andrews Sisters have to? There was a couple more that in that same period that the Andrews Sisters. I still like listening to them. Their harmony is different. Some of the other big bands at the time, though, was Tommy Dorsey. What were some of the other outfits?
Les Brown and his band of renown.
Les Brown. I know another one that came out from the Mills Brothers. You Only Hurt the One You Love, and you still hear that one once in a while. But that was the Mills Brothers. They were great.
What about Cab Calloway? Was he in the 40s?
Oh yeah, earlier too.
Yeah.
All right.
Ellington.
All right.
Well, hi, Moondog.
All right, hold on. You guys are tossing out all that stuff. Look at the bottom row.
Yeah.
Before we transition, everything's gone.
Sorry.
That's why it's the top three.
All right, I'm done.
Good stuff, guys. So, DJ, let's jump on over to you, buddy.
Okay, I had to look something up real quick, and "You Are My Sunshine" is from 1940. Yeah, it's in the 40s, and everybody out there in the text chat and on the panel, I'm betting "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine."
Oh,
You can pick it up from there. It's one of those songs.
You make me happy. Everyone's
Exactly.
heard that one.
Walter's got that going on, and so Jamie, you kind of surprised me. And one of my favorite tunes of all time is "Take the A Train." And it's in my head, permanently in my head. And then there's one I don't. It's kind of a novelty song, but "Smoke, Smoke, Smoke." You guys know that one? Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that would be my other one. Yeah,
Here at the pearly gates, say, "You just have to wait. I gotta smoke another cigarette."
right. And that's me, Hillbilly. That's me.
All right. So, Pat, we'll drop on down to you, buddy.
I used to listen to some of that stuff when my grandparents were around. I can't remember a lot of the names or anything. If it would come up right now, I'm sure I could just like that. But go back 1994 or 93. I can't remember for sure. But a great movie called Memphis Belle.
Oh yes. Yes, sir.
That had a lot of good tunes on it, and that had some big actors singing really good music. And he's from down Louisiana. What is that guy's name? And he can play. I mean, he's a legit musician, and he plays all of that stuff. I wish I could remember his name. but he sang a lot of the stuff on Memphis Belle.
Marsala.
No, he was an actor and musician. Dang it, I wish I could remember his name.
Louis
Henry
Armstrong.
Connick Jr.
Louis Armstrong.
Henry Connick Jr.
Yes,
Oh, Harry
because
Connick.
he
Okay.
he got up there and on the piano and played.
There you go,
He
Tommy
legit
boy.
played the piano. He played the piano and sang that a couple
Count
of those
Basie.
songs. And man, that is some of the coolest stuff. And that's to this day, that is my favorite movie of all time. Is the Memphis Belle.
Mhm.
Just the music, everything. I mean, just awesome. It just set the stage
Good stuff.
for World War II. So, other than that, if somebody would hum some bars and stuff where I'd see it, yeah, I could tell you. But it's just,
Yeah.
there was a lot of good music back then. Even back then.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
you guys have brought up a lot of good stuff. But
So-
now, Bubba's sitting there itching. He's crawling.
You know what, Gordon? Let me go last. Let me
Well, I
go.
was gonna say, so
I'll go
Moondog, do you have top 3?
I'll go last.
Because I feel
go like
Bubba's
third.
got a
Oh,
whole
yeah, of
5-gallon
course.
bucket full of songs here.
Yeah, that's as I'm getting older, I think I'm prematurely 80 or something because I got into to jazz and opera like in my 20s, and so I would have to say "Embraceable You" by which is a Gershwin song, but I think of let's see. The other one is Moonlight Serenade. I'd have to.
Oh yeah.
That's a song I could just listen to forever and ever.
Mhm.
And technically, it's not a 40s song because it came out in 39, but Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh, nice score.
Yeah.
Still a popular tune, you know.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm surprised nobody's come up with. Well, maybe Bubba will. With all this, have you guys been watching any Fallout?
Oh
the
yeah.
TV series. So a lot of the soundtrack from there it comes from 50s, but also 40s. I mean, like the Ink Spots, the
Yep.
titular song from that. I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire
Mhm.
came out in 41. So yeah, that's another great song. But anyway, that's what's more than 3. So Bubba, it's on you. Oh wait,
what happened?
Bubba's gone.
oh no!
Oh man, sorry. We had technical difficulties there,
This
buddy.
is mine.
Release
Oh.
the beast.
So I have 30 loaded in the chamber.
Oh, he's gone again.
I
Holy,
didn't do that. He
Are
lost
you
the
playing with
connection.
Bubba? Are you
No, he
playing with
literally
Bubba?
lost connection.
It says device is not connected.
Yeah, we didn't do
Too
that.
much.
He lost
much
his
excitement.
internet
It probably
Because
tripped
I
up the
was-
Oh
EMP.
my goodness!
and
You
his
don't think we did that?
his time to
Solar-
shine, and off he goes.
Solar
Oh
flare.
no!
Solar
Come
flare.
back, Bubba. We can't do this
Or-
without Bubba.
Let me text you
Coronal
real
mass
quick. He might still be
ejection.
talking.
He gone. Up, he back.
Yeah, he's so excited. I think he
I
hit
got-
a button.
I got way too excited. I
Yeah,
got
we
way
didn't
too
take-
excited.
Like
And I-
we just
I
lost
beat
you.
And
I
went
mean,
to-
I'm like, what in the world happened to him?
He probably
okay,
smacked
okay,
the
okay,
computer.
okay. I gotta watch you. Make sure you don't. All right, we 3 Ink Spots, and another song, "Civilization," "Bingo Bango Bongo" by
Oh.
Andrew Sisters and Danny Kaye.
Oh man, Danny.
We've
Kaye,
also
dude.
got. I've got a lot of Andrew Sisters actually. We got the Andrew Sisters singing. What was it? Not Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, but it was "Give Me Some Skin, My Friend." One of my favorite songs from Buck Privates. One of my absolute favorite songs. You also have the Andrew Sisters. I didn't know the gun was loaded. Let's see here. We'll Meet Again, Ink Spots. Java Jive,
Oh yeah.
the classic. Wait, that's 35. My bad. That was 1935. My bad. I got that one wrong.
What 40s or older?
40s
Yeah.
are older.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
God, I'm not going to run out of stuff. So Java Jive counts. I'll get by. Someone's say, bless you for being a friend, or hold on, I can't remember what's the title. What's the title? Either way. When the Swallows Come Back, maybe it was one of the ones that did off the Whispering Grass album. If I Didn't Care, My Greatest Mistake, Ink Spots. Oh man, this is just so beautiful. Stop Pretending, Just for a Thrill. These are all Ink Spots, by the way.
Bubba is beside himself. He can't help it.
I am absolutely giddy. Like you have
We can
no
tell.
idea.
So, are any of these Lowell and Hardy theme songs or anything?
No, not a single one of them. Although a lot of the Andrews Sisters songs that I listed, most of them have been in an Abbott and Costello movie. At
Abbott
some
and
point.
Costello.
They did a lot with Crosby and the Road series, the Road
Yeah.
to Rio, the Road to Hong
Road to-
Kong. Those guys. She was in, or
Bob.
all three of them were in a bunch of his movies, and so they had a lot of tunes that showed up there.
And
They're
another
great.
one-
I still like listening to them.
Now, another one that people don't really remember, but Bing Crosby actually did the same song, Civilization, Bingo Bango Bongo, with the Andrews Sisters. So there was a Bing Crosby one in the Andrews Sisters, and then there was a Danny Kaye in the Andrews Sisters. But the Bing Crosby one wasn't well known because they only did it once. It wasn't recorded on a CD or on a record or anything like that. They only did it once, and it was a live show. Oh my gosh. This is like my favorite era. I didn't get to do the 50s either, did I?
We ain't made it to there. We started out 2000s. I think we went down to the 90s, and then we went ahead and just jumped all the way to the 40s and the earlier. So we're going to work our way back up.
You
Oh,
did
okay,
80s last week, didn't you?
Yeah, we did the 80s last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did
Was
the
it 80s? Okay, I still got them on my banner here. I wasn't for sure where we were.
Oh, but yeah, no, it's so. I've literally like my brain has crashed on me. I was so happy. I was so happy to say all this stuff, and my brain has crashed on me.
All right.
But I think I lifted off like 12 or 13. I think I can't remember how many did.
So somebody asked, was that Harry Connick Jr.? Was he in the movie
Yeah.
Memphis Belle?
He was.
And yeah,
Yes, he sang and performed and played the piano for that whole production, and he was the tail gunner in the Memphis Belle.
yeah. Well, man, that's some good stuff. Man, it's brought back a lot of memories. I think Tommy Boy out there throughout I'll Fly Away. There were so many good what I would call church songs, because we sang them in church, some oldies that was really good too. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and do the giveaway, and then after that we'll come back with the 50s. And so anyway, everybody got their hashtag in. If you don't, go ahead and get it in. It's hashtag HBN77 tonight. And let me bring up the screen here. And giveaway here. So let me get my book out here too so I can write it down. We'll give everybody just a minute. I see a few of them coming in just now. So oh yeah. We still got them pouring in, so we'll give everybody just a little bit longer. Not much. So, Bubba, since you've started a new job and you can't get here at the beginning, for one, appreciate you always jumping in, man. I appreciate getting off work and jumping in. Anyway, let me know when you think we ought to spend this thing. It's wound up tighter than an 8-day clock. So,
All right, let's
Do
see.
it. Do it now.
Yeah, 5, 4, 27,
6.
36, 2, 1, and what comes after 1?
3/4.
Just do it.
3/4.
Do it now.
Hey,
0. There you go. Yeah.
Travis,
oh my God.
Again.
He's on a roll again.
He's on a roll again. Oh Lord.
It's Travis T.
I love it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So I'm gonna write Travis T's name down here. Travis, be sure and email me and give me your address. Which I probably already have it, but you're doing yourself a favor by emailing me and giving me your address so I don't forget. Even though I write it down. Yeah, Travis T was on a dry spell there for a while, but man, he come back strong last night on Gizzard's show and got the win, the W tonight again.
I do need to apologize, Gizzard. I was going to show up for your show and watch it and stuff, but when I got home, that bed looked really comfortable, and it wasn't made anything, so I didn't have to go back to sheets or anything. So I just kind of just passed out on you. I apologize.
You made the right choice.
I did manage to watch Georgia Shooting Connection. I did manage to get a couple minutes in on that and stuff. So.
Well, look at Mr. Bob out there. He's really nice. He said he's going to go ahead and send the email for Travis T. So with all the information. That's really nice of you, buddy.
Now, we're a stand-up guy.
Sure is.
Oh, boy. Well, and Travis T says, thanks, Hillbilly and everyone. And that is sponsored by the VIPs of this channel. Yes, they are generous enough to become members. And so their membership money goes towards all giveaways and stuff. So that is sponsored by the VIPs, and I just want to thank them all very, very much. And so does anybody else got to get off of here before we go on to the next year of music, which would be the 50s?
I'll hang out for a little bit.
All right. We got Jamie hooked here. So anyway,
before we go,
yeah.
y'all know the Christmas song by Nat King Cole came out in the 40s. And
Oh, did it? Was it late?
Yeah.
Well, mostly this discussion about the 40s has ended up being about the big band songs or singers or actors. Nutty 357 earlier posted Cripple Creek by Flats and Scruggs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good bluegrass tunes back then.
I
too.
love Flats and Scrubs, man.
Yeah.
And Bill Monroe and the Texas Playboys. You know, that era where they were dragging everything. Eventually we ended up with country and western. It was like hillbilly music, bluegrass, West Texas, the high lonesome sound kind of thing. And when it all came, kind of to a head and combined everybody, we got a lot of different influences there. We're about to talk about the 50s, but people kind of focus on rock and roll, the growth and development that happened from the 20s to modern era kind of thing, and the adoption of, the kind of open door policy when it comes to influence and styles. So yeah, I love it. I'm as
that's
giddy as
great.
Bubba is.
Yeah, and I want to shout out Pat in the Bunk. We just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. And if you are new to becoming a VIP, we do have a live every Tuesday night. Well, except for last Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm not going to go there right now. But anyway, yeah, we do have a live every Tuesday night. So make sure if you are new to the VIPs, check that out. It comes on at 8:30 Central Time, and we just have a good time. Honestly, we do. We have a fun time over there. We really do. You never know what we're going to talk about. It can end up anywhere, and so anyway, and do not forget, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So, make a Mother's Day better, make someone's day better. Even if it's not your own mother, not everybody's still blessed to have their own mother, but more than likely, I guarantee a mother out there somewhere. It might be, somebody young, struggling along with, some young kids, a young family, trying to make their day better. Because we can, as guys on here, we can only imagine what mothers have had to go through. I mean, fatherhood, we understand that maybe, but yeah, motherhood is a whole nother chapter, a whole nother book right there. So don't forget about Mother's Day tomorrow. And anyway, so let's jump up here to the 50s. Bubba, do you want to go last again, or are you cool with just doing 3?
I'm cool with doing 3, but I want to go first. I don't want these to be taken. I don't want these. There's
the reason we try to go back and forth is so not everybody's stuck. Not everyone's stuck at the end every time, but DJ, Walter, Garage Guy, you guys are in the middle, man. I'm sorry. I guess what do you think? We're just starting in the middle, maybe, huh?
Wait a minute.
Start with Walter and go both ways at once.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't go both ways. Come on.
I don't go both ways.
Walter's like, I'm not in for that.
I didn't mean it that way, Walter.
I'm sure you didn't.
That's because he lives in California. I'm sure Mood Dog thought the same thing.
I'll start if you want me to start.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're going to go to the 50s, everybody else is going to talk about Elvis, so I won't. I'm going to talk about doo-wop. And so there was a bunch of groups in the 50s that had all of our attention back then. Groups like the Flamingos and the Platters and the Chords, and the Platters had a bunch of hits. And they were some of my favorites. So I'll just mention a couple of theirs that some of you probably remember. And one of them, their most famous ones of the era, was "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes." Anybody remember that one?
Yeah.
"Only You." That was another big one. "My Prayer" was a big one, and "The Great Pretender." That's 4, so I'll quit. But there was a raft of them by the Platters, and there was a whole bunch of other great groups out there. The Del Vikings, "Come Go With Me." That was a great tune. I like that one too. Maybe "Baby" by the Chantels. And
The Great Pretender was one of my dad's favorites, and I heard it over.
You probably know it by hearing it in your sleep at night, huh?
Well,
yeah, 50s doo-wop for me. Some of my
Walter,
favorite music ever.
Believe it or not, the other day I was singing "Smoke in My Eyes," except for I was singing "Pollen in My Eyes." I was outside.
Pollen gets in your eyes, yeah.
Yes. So Which way do we go from here? Garage guy. We'll go you, and then we'll jump over to DJ.
Well, I'm going to tell you, right now, as far as the 50s, there are a truckload of songs I love from that era. And I cannot recall the match names of the songs with the bands that played them. Two songs that stand out, Rock Around the Clock and Who Wrote the Book of Love.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, when I was growing up, we didn't have TV after midnight here. You know, the TV channels would sign off. You get on AM radio, and, you know, back in, after dark, you could pick up all these stations from all over the country, and a lot of them played 50s music. And that's where my influence come, old AM radio stations late at night. Now, as far as Walter talking about doo-wop, I think we might have mentioned this before on a chat several months back. Bob Denver, who played Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, when he retired from Hollywood, he left California and he came back to his hometown of Princeton, West Virginia, which is only about an hour north of me. And he had his own amateur radio station, and he called it the Doo-Wop Little Buddy Channel. And he played that for a few years before he passed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is cool. Awesome. So, DJ, let's jump over to you, buddy.
Oh, I have to go Cam Live for that. Okay. Somebody said that, you know, the Elvis thing is quite obvious. Here's one that I think is right up there with him. And the day the music died, Buddy Holly made no more. And the songs that he did, you'll have at least 3 hits in your head, and they are apocryphal. It's great stuff for real. And Walter, I'm so glad to hear a lot of those doo-wop bands, like the Chordettes and like Lollipop, 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 and it always got me when I was a kid. I loved it. And I guess I want to drop in Thelonious Monk. I'm not going to pick songs, I guess, then. Thelonious Monk, that era for him was just incredible. And I'll throw in a dark horse with Duane Eddy because I like him. That's what I got.
Good stuff.
Thanks for bringing Monk up.
Straight no chaser.
So let's just, while we're mixing all up here, let's just continue doing that. So we'll jump all the way up in the far corner to Jamie.
Y'all remember Happy Days? Bill Haley and his comics were going to rock around the clock. But at the same time, you had other stuff going on. One of my favorites, y'all remember Bobby Darin? Or have you ever heard Bobby Darin?
Oh, yeah.
Under the Sea or Something the Sea?
Somewhere Beyond the Sea?
Somewhere Beyond the Sea, that's it. And Mac the Knife. Y'all remember Mac the Knife?
Mac the Knife is great.
Swinging.
Splish Splash.
Yeah. Elvis was all over the place. Jimmy Dorsey was still making music back then. And y'all remember a song by Debbie Reynolds? Y'all probably remember her more as an actress, but she had a song called Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
And
another one of that same category was Doris Day. You know, she was an actress too.
Yeah.
And she had some songs out in the 50s.
Yeah, Doris Day had Que Sera Sera.
Yep.
Whatever will be, will be.
Mm-hmm. I'm
And
trying to
my
remember
favorite that y'all are going to think was later than the 50s is Tennessee Ernie Ford's 16 Tons.
that one. Yeah.
What do you get?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's a good song.
Oh, my soul to the company store.
And that's all I got. That's enough.
That's plenty. That was good.
That's good. Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
I'm dying here.
We had Johnny Mathis in the 50s too,
Oh yeah, I mean,
and he's still going, I think.
yeah, Sam the Sham on the Pharaohs out there, Mr. Bob. That was one of mine, man. That's yeah.
You know,
Love
Jamie mentioned Happy Days. Sorry to break in. You mentioned Happy Days, and that's the sound, like the soundtrack from American Graffiti had a huge influence because it was an offshoot of.
Mhm.
And so I had that. If I remember right, it's a double LP. You know, so there's like 16 plus songs, and I used to spin that like crazy. You know, otherwise I would have never listened to oldie stations, and I wouldn't have some of my knowledge about the 50s and appreciation for it as well.
Cool.
It's a great soundtrack. It's an awesome movie. Check that out.
Oh, that's probably one of my all-time favorites up there. I mean, in the top list. So, since we're jumping around, let's go back down in the corner to Pat in the Bunker.
Probably one of my favorite ones to come out of there is Johnny Horton, The Battle of New Orleans,
There you go.
1959.
man.
I love that song. I don't know why, but man, I love that song. It was very, very late 50s. And I know this because I have the album on vinyl. So
I don't want to cut you off, Pat, but I just want to say real quick, if you have not heard or don't own Johnny Horton's greatest hits, you're missing out on life. So sorry, go ahead.
I have that. I have it. I have it. Man, there's way too many from that era, but that one just sprang right into my head, and I don't know why, but there's too many good. Oh, Ricky Nelson. Have I told you lately that I love you? Yes,
Yeah,
that's the one I was thinking of.
Appreciate that, buddy.
Oh man, I love that song, and I have that album too. I was just saying, I leaned over, I looked into my shelf, and I was like, I know I've got some of those, and I was like, oh yes, Ricky Nelson, yes.
Yeah.
And also, he was great in
Teenage Idol.
Yeah, for sure. I think he was like really the first kind of teenage heartthrob back in the day. I think he kind of set the mold on that.
Yeah,
So,
he was in a John Wayne movie with Dean Martin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rio Bravo.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was because actually the couple songs that came out of that was Walter dang it, Stumpy.
Brennan.
They did 2 songs.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Walter Brennan. And man, I have that on a playlist on Spotify where it's got the soundtrack from Rio Bravo on there, and I love those songs off of there. Man, I love that's probably one of my favorite westerns of all time, right there.
Well, yeah. We also got in the side chat some Conway Twitty, Slim Whitman, and Brianna. Slim man.
Whitman, yeah.
Yeah, Make Believe by Conway is.
Yep. That was late in the 50s, like 58 or 9 or something.
So, just to mess with Bubba,
Oh, come
we're gonna jump up the gizzard.
Burn.
I'm gonna go last again.
Yep.
That's
You
it. You're
always
getting
have
all
some
of
of
them.
the best ones, though, buddy.
That's it. You're getting all of them.
Well, they've
Thou
already
doth
been.
protest too much.
There's already been so many picked. I'm not sure what's left, but I
Oh,
haven't
there's
heard
plenty.
anybody mention Patsy Cline yet.
Oh yeah,
Walking after midnight.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Boy, she
Crazy
had
was
some
in
good
the
ones.
60s, but barely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. That's right.
Of course, we're not allowed to mention Elvis, of course, because that's kind of a given. How about some Nat King Cole and Mona Lisa? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm still safe.
So I'll save some for Bubba. I'll just go with those two for now.
I trust me, one of them nobody's gonna hit. One of them
Good
nobody.
God, Gordon Lightfoot. Nah, not in the 50s, dude.
No.
I don't remember what year. 60s, 70s.
No,
I'm
that
not
was
sure.
70s because
70s.
Edmund Fitzgerald went down in 73 or 74, if I remember right.
I think it was 76, but I'm not for
Was it 76? Okay.
Oh well, I didn't know about Bama Dad. I did not know that he said William Jennings was one of Buddy Holly's crickets. He survived
Yes,
a
he was.
band's plane crash because he had a prior commitment. Wow. We could have lost
That's
Waylon
not
Jennings.
exactly the story. The Crickets were supposed to be on the plane with him. This is my understanding. And at the last minute, the record company told the Crickets and the other bands they'd have to ride in a car, and because they wanted the three stars, Jimmy Valens, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly, to ride in the plane. And there was some words said at the end right there. Buddy Holly said some kind of quick kind of little snappy comment to Waylon, because Waylon was upset because he had to ride in a car that didn't have a heater. And then, I think what it was Buddy Holly said, "Well, I hope your dang truck tears up." And Waylon just snapped back and said, "Well, I hope your damn plane crashes."
Oh, dang.
And Waylon never got over that. He
I bet
never
not.
got over that. And that's part of in my mind, that's part of the reason why Waylon died a young man. I mean, he was in his early 60s, but
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that would be rough, wouldn't it? Doggone it.
you got to live with those things. You know, we make those quick little comments that we don't even think about, and they just come out of our mouth, and we don't filter anything. And you got to live with those things for the rest of your life.
My grandma, another wise word from my grandma, she said, "Words are like arrows. Once you shoot that arrow, you can't stop it." And,
I believe it.
but no, wow.
Just like
I
any
did
other
not
projectile.
know that part of it. So, yeah, playing Fast Dominoes. I mean, there's so many good ones out there. So, Bubba's probably chewing on his fingernails by now.
I'm gonna hit the inside of my cheeks like 6 times.
I'm just gonna say one more just to upset him.
Don't you
Jerry
even that.
Lewis, whole lot of shaking going on.
You cheeky little.
I couldn't help it. My brain was like, "Oh,
You know what? You know what? I'm still
Poke
gonna say
there,
it because
poke
I
there,
can say
poke
it
there,
twice.
poke there."
I'm gonna say it because I can say it twice.
Okay, Bubba, what you got for us, brother?
Well, since Pat decided to say this one, but he did not say who sung it, we're going to go with Jerry Lee Lewis, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. The song was originally sung by Big Maybell. So there's 2 in 1.
Okay.
Tutti Frutti, Little Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be one of my favorite songs. And the reason why I know that song is because of the Brave Little Toaster. That was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Yep.
Now-
Touche, Bubba.
Now, the
Touche.
one nobody would have gotten, nobody, because I don't think many people remember this, was a song by Deanna Martin, That's Amore.
Oh,
Dino.
another good one.
Dino.
Yes, that's Amore. That is probably
Really
one of the most classic songs, but nobody remembers who sung it half the time.
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin.
Yep.
Dean, no.
He popularized it, yeah, for sure.
Now,
See that thing in the reef with the big shiny teeth?
since
That's Amore.
after we got taken from me,
Put your arm in a crack. If you don't get it back, that's Amore.
These are scuba diving jokes, right, everybody.
but let's not forget, since everybody else seemed to pick 4, and Pat got 5. Here's part 4. Yeah,
That was actually on my list. That was on my list. So you beat me to it.
Yakety Yak the Coasters.
Oh, good song.
I got
Moondog,
one
did you get to go?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go circle back. I forgot who was mentioning the Flamingos, but one of the songs that is my absolute favorite of theirs is "I Only Have Eyes for You."
Oh yes.
I just
What a
that
beautiful
intro
song.
with the shuba shuba
Ooh.
and that echo. It's so otherworldly.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And the other two that are my favorite from the periods are actually instrumental. So really anything on the Round Midnight album by Miles Davis, and
yeah, good
and
stuff.
Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White by Perez Prado. So he's just like the mambo guy. So yeah. So those are my 3.
So
Good
when you
one,
talk
good
about
one.
instrumentals, Green Onions, that was 60s or was it?
I think it
year?
might have been 50s. It might have been 50s.
I'm not
I
for
think
sure.
that was
It's not real
59,
close.
wasn't it? I
Huh?
think that was 59.
Well, the Green
Yeah,
Onion.
and if
Wow.
you
Oh,
guys
okay,
don't
look it up.
know Green Onions, if you like type it in your phone or whatever, as soon as it plays, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I know what song that
Booker
is."
T.
It's one of Wolfman Jack's favorites too.
And the
I mean, like he played it
MGs.
a lot.
1962
Okay,
is what I'm
62.
Oh,
saying.
60.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, over under a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
I didn't live in those eras, so yeah, give us a decade if we didn't live in it, kind of thing. I'm really surprised. There are a couple of dudes who covered stuff all the time. One of them more than the other, and the Dino version was brought up. Nobody mentioned Frank Sinatra or Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
boom.
Or
We
We
Sam
forget
Cooke.
Sinatra, man.
Well,
I was
Frank
thinking
stuff-
of Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to grab low hanging fruit. That's why I didn't mention him or Elvis.
So I went ahead and I went back in and I grabbed the vinyl that I was talking about earlier. This is the gatefold. Delivering, car hop kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm going the
Yeah.
wrong way. I hate that. Okay, so she was okay. I was too young to even be thinking about what kind of sex was just right there on the cover. And if you don't mind, Hillbilly, I'd like to read the song list from this thing because we might run across something, right?
Oh yeah.
So I don't have very good light.
Before you go through that, can I say my 3 real quick?
Yes.
So I mean, I've been listening to all this, and I have a bunch of them, but I'm trying to think. I've been like kind of in my head, thinking, okay, has anybody said this yet or whatever? And so I found my thrill, Blueberry Hill. And
Just a dirty
no
song.
time for the summertime blues. I mean, and there's just so many of them that I just absolutely love. So I was trying to think of some that hadn't been said yet. And also, I ain't heard anybody. I don't know if it's been in the side chat. I haven't seen it, but I think Bo Diddley in the 50s,
yeah.
too. So,
Nice pull.
yeah, I was trying to think of some that ain't been said, and I seen out there on the side chat the Everly Brothers. They were,
Awesome.
if you watch Top Gun, then you'll know one of their songs. But yeah, that's. I mean, I was trying to think of some that that hadn't been brought up. There's so many of them, though. But yeah, DJ, please go ahead and read that because that is one of my all-time favorite movies literally is like It, Sergeant York, and then there's like some there's just a small handful of movies that I just absolutely loved.
Right on. Well, let's see. From the American Graffiti soundtrack, a little patience with me, please. Rock Around the Clock, Bill Haley. 16 Candles by the Crests. Runaway by Del Shannon. We didn't talk about Del Shannon. Why the Fools Fall in Love, Frankie Lemon. Teenagers, hell yeah. That'll Be the Day, Buddy Holly. Fannie Mae by Buster Brown. At the Hop, remember that? Flash Cadillac and the Continental Kids. That's one of those people would know, well, you could rock it, you could roll it, you could at the Hop. They'll know that, but you're right. There are bands that people don't remember who the hell sang it. They're kind of obscure sometimes. The Stroll, that was a popular dance as well by the Diamonds, and it's a slow beat song. It's great. Okay, See You in September by the Tempos. We got Surf and Safari. Beach Boys. They straddled the 50s and 60s.
Well, but see, I was going to mention the Beach Boys, but I didn't think they were until the 60s.
Beach Boys were formed in 61. I don't think they had
That's why I was like because I'm a big Beach Boys fan, but I wasn't for sure if I was right or not. So,
and I was wrong. So thanks for the correction, for real. I appreciate it.
Can I address something in the side chat real quick?
Well, let him, yeah.
Duffer 426, I do believe you are correct. I believe Big Maybell did sing Hound Dog before Elvis did. I'm pretty sure Elvis did his own rendition of her original song. That's all I wanted. That's all it.
Okay. Go ahead, DJ.
Right on. Picking up from Surf and Safari by the Beach Boys, we have He's the Great Imposter by the Fleetwoods, Almost Grown by Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry had a bunch of great tunes. And Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, we talked about that. Little Darlin' by the Diamonds. Peppermint Twist. Anybody know the band who did Peppermint Twist? Joey D and the Starlighters. For God's sake.
Man,
Barbara Ann by the Regents. Book of Love by the Monotones. Maybe Baby by Buddy Holly. Yeah Yeah by Lee Dorsey. Ain't That a Shame, Pat's Domino. Johnny Be Good, Chuck Berry. I Only Have Eyes for You, Flamingos. Get a Job by the Silhouettes. I love that tune. Get a Job. To the Aisle by the Five Satins. Do You Want to Dance, Bobby Freeman. Party Doll by Buddy Knox. Come Go With Me, the Dell Vikings. You're 16, You're Beautiful, and You're Mine, Johnny Burdette. Since I Don't Have You by the Skyliners. Chantilly Lace, the Big Bopper. He was mentioned, but that's does anybody know but 2 songs by him? Kind of thing.
Chantilly Lace was always my favorite. I knew
Teen
the
Angel
Boardwalk on that album too, ain't it?
I do believe. Teen Angel by Mark Dining. Crying in the Chapel, Sonny Till and the Orioles. 1,000 Miles Away by the Heartbeats. Heart and Soul by the Cliftones. Green Onions is on there. Booker T and the MGs. I could talk about Booker T and their anyway. Only You by the Platters. Good Night, Well It's Time to Go by the Spaniels, and All Summer Long by the Beach Boys. I'm sorry if you don't like that music out there in the chat, folks. Pick it up, listen to it. It's like great stuff.
That's a hit list right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Hold on. But did you say Barbara Ann was on that?
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba,
Well, did I? I kind of went to the mode where I'm just reading.
Hold on. I got this. Hold on.
By the Regents. Barbara Ann by the Regents is the OG.
I got this. You ready? Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. You're gonna rockin' and a rollin', rockin' and a ribbon, Barbara Ann.
I'm gonna get that cat out from under the rocking chair, will you?
Okay. Now
I gotta go to bed, guys.
Who can sleep after that?
I got one question for the whole panel before you go, Jamie. Back to the Future.
What?
Earth Angel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Earth Angel.
Who sung that one?
Frankie Valli sang Earth Angel, didn't he?
But who?
No, that was
Gotta look that up.
Who was the fictitious band?
Penguin. It was the
The
Penguins.
Penguins.
Yeah, it was the Penguins.
But
Okay.
who was the fictitious band that sang it in Back?
Okay.
Did it have something to do with Marvin Berry? Was it a name? I don't remember. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're really really close, DJ.
Oh, hold on, I got it. Hold on.
Chuck, this is your brother, Marvin Berry. You're looking at me.
Penguins.
Starlighters.
Yeah.
Starlighters. That was the name.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Starlighters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we called on the phone, yes. Listen
Yep.
to this. Yeah. He's playing Johnny
Good
B.
call.
Good.
Chuck, I got something you need to hear.
Listen to this.
I'm seeing the Penguins.
I'm seeing in the side chat, Bob Dubelina said Marvin Day and the Knights, but who was that band in the movie Animal House? Wasn't that?
It
yes.
was Marvin Day and the Night.
Day.
Yeah.
Otis
That was
Day.
Otis
Otis.
Day.
Animal House. Yeah.
Nice
The
play.
Yeah,
Isley
Otis
brothers
Day
were
and
in
the
there
Night.
too. The
Yeah.
Isley brothers,
Yep.
they did Shout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on now. Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't.
No, it's those were. There was a lot of good stuff like that back in those movies, like that, where they actually had the original players come on in the movies and stuff like that. Otis Day and the Knights. Yes.
Yes,
Otis Day and
Otis.
the Knights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Or
Otis Day and the Knights.
Otis, my man.
Man.
Just
Look like
quiet.
what?
I need 7 Carlings and a double rock and rye. He orders that those drinks, and the guy comes up. Do you mind if we dance with your
That's what
date?
you'll do.
Pulls the table up. Big hand comes out. I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
Oh. So, Jamie, before you get off here, what you got coming up, buddy?
Nothing. I got a honeydew list from the wife today. So it's like, after you carry Rigby to the dance. Here you go. So now that I'm done that, I've got, but I hope to have some videos out soon. I got a ton of ideas. But y'all go to church somewhere tomorrow. You'll be glad you did. For
Heck
sure.
Yeah.
Amen.
And it's Mother's Day.
Remember Mother's Day tomorrow and Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night at 8 o'clock. And thank y'all for having me. And I appreciate it. I love y'all, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Thanks for being here, Jamie.
Hi,
Always
Jamie.
appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, buddy.
What? Hold on. What was it? What was that movie Eddie Murphy was in that was set? It was either set in the 40s or the 50s, right? I think he was with Lawrence.
Harlem Heat.
Harlem Night.
And he's
Harlem Nights.
sitting there.
Yeah,
like-
Harlem Nights.
Yeah,
Harlem
they're
Nights.
sit- no, not Harlem Nights. They're sitting at this table, right? And some guy walks up, says, "You gonna eat your cornbread?" He's like, "No, you can have it." That's
Oh, you're
what I
talking about.
remember.
They're in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dang it. Dang it.
No, it ain't Harlem Nights because I was traumatized by what's her name? The girl that went from that movie to playing Touched by an Angel. The big lady, Tessa. Oh my God.
Della Reese.
Della Reese, yeah. Because that movie scarred me because I saw Harlem Nights after I saw Touched by an Angel. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you still shooting people in the pinky toe, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember what name of the movie was when they were in jail though. It was him, Martin. It was Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Wasn't Hard Time, was it?
It was Life.
Life.
Life. There you go. Yeah. That was a good movie. Good movie.
What was it?
Life.
Life.
Because they were doing life in prison.
Okay, yeah.
He's like, everyone comes up there and says, "You gonna eat your cornbread, boy?" He's like, "No, you can have it."
Bernie Mac was in it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Hey,
was
that
good
man,
movie.
rest in peace. That guy was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you didn't take off?
Yep. Viejo's needing to get out of here.
All right, buddy.
I'm gonna check out, guys.
So, what you got coming up, buddy?
We got a couple things going on. Let's see. Yesterday we had the 31st episode of Free the Few over on Rumble. We'll have another one coming up next Friday. Monday we got I think it's going to be the 8th chapter in the 45 ACP 230 grain shootout series. I got 13 different bullets that we're shooting there, all with the same charge, to see what happens when you use Lee's data arbitrarily. So that's coming up Monday. And I did some casting today, and I'm going to put out a casting video with that, I think, because I was using 2 moles and was a double-fisted caster today. So I think I'll put that out Wednesday, and then Friday we're back to Georgia Shooting Connection, and Saturday night right back here in River City at the Hillbilly Nations. That's what we got going on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Walter. Appreciate you, buddy.
Always my pleasure to be here and hang out with you guys and the folks in the side chat. You know, we appreciate you, everyone. So I look forward to it.
Oh, man.
Good night, Walter.
Well, thank you, Walter. You have a great weekend, brother.
Gonna do that. Talk to you all later. Good night.
All right, buddy. And also, Marine Dog, I seen you'd asked if anybody had muzzle loaders.
Yeah. So I was just throwing that out there. I don't know if any of you guys shoot any muzzle loader rifles. I have a possible collab opportunity with Discovery Optics. They were asking me about a scope that I promised I would review for a break barrel air gun. And then they asked me a question that did I think it would survive a muzzle loader? And I said, I don't have one to test it on, but I'll ask some folks who might have. So that's why I was throwing it out there. If any of you guys want to test out that scope on their rifle.
Man, I got rid of my 50 cal here a while back. So I do not have one at the time.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, I would think they'd be on California's deal because they are actually not a firearm.
Oh yeah, you can shoot them here.
Mhm.
But my range, it's a law enforcement range. They actually don't allow, except for scouting training. So that's the only time that black powder is allowed at the range for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, you can buy one that's one of the few firearms you can go into the store and not have to get, wait the 10 days to get.
Mark Thomas says he's got a Hawkins 50.
Mark, yeah, I'll reach out to you if you want to shoot it and see if you can break it. You're welcome too. So yeah, that's the reason that's it.
Well, that's awesome. So that looks like Ozzy has one too. What you got coming up, buddy? I know you got to get off here, and we're all going to be following you here pretty soon. But what you got coming up?
Well, I got a slew of videos that were sort of backed up from SHOT Show. So I did 3 interviews with 3 different people over at the Arkin booth, and I'd finished the videos, but I didn't want to post them live since it was their guests at the booth that I was interviewing, and so I wanted to give them first look at the video in case they said something that was wrong information. As it turned out, one person did give wrong information as to where all of their scopes were made, so that's the only thing I had to edit out. Anyway, short story is that I sent them the links months ago, and there was some sort of miscommunication. They thought I had already posted them live all this time, so I was just sitting on them, and then I finally got connected to them again. They're wondering how come those videos only have 0 views? So they're not live. So anyway, so I've got 3 three. Well, one of them's posted already. Pewview, who some of you may know, he's a competitive speed shooter, buddies with Honest Outlaw, and so I got a chance to interview him over at the booth. So that interview came out live. These really cool coyote hunters, DC Predator. They have a great channel. Wonderful. Yeah, as much as you, as Hellbilly, you praise my camera work. The footage that they get of taking down coyotes is just beautiful, amazing.
Really?
And, yeah. So you got to check that channel out. So
I
that's
need to go check them out.
Yeah, that's coming out next week, and then I've got an interview with Jade. She trained. She used to train over at Terran Tactical. So she is the hot girl who's next to Keanu Reeves when he was doing his training for John Wick 3. Yeah. So she's I'm interviewing her. So her interview is the week after that. So
we definitely don't want to miss that one.
And next week, you have a chance to win one of these. A lot of you guys have already sent in your screenshots of your comments on this video. But if you haven't already, this is the CV Life Bear Power scope. It is a pretty darn good scope. Certainly, I think it's the best scope that they've put out, CV Life's put out. And they're known for making really, really inexpensive tactical gears and accessories. If you need a sling, a bipod, sort of very basic stuff that's really dirt cheap, CV Life makes probably the best stuff out there for those accessories. And this is their first ELR type scope. So, and it's pretty decent for a budget scope. So you have a chance to win it. Just leave a comment on the review video for this and send me a screenshot to show that you've looked at the video. That's all I'm asking.
Okay,
and
I'm send the screenshot to Moondog Industries or
yeah, here I'll put up the link. Just go to my webpage at moondogindustries.com/contest, and there's a form on that. Click that button. It'll go to a Google form, and you can upload your screenshot.
All right, there you go, guys. I mean, Hillbilly Nation has a really good record of winning a lot.
Very good track record.
So make sure you go over there and check that out. And Moondog, before we get off here, Bama Dad was asking what you thought about the Arkin SH4J6 24x50.
Funny you're asking, because I gave my SH4 over to this guy over here.
Yep.
So, and he's loving it. And I was mentioning that, and I'm gonna pick up an SH4J soon just so I could review it and compare it. But I think it's a great scope. I mean, the SH4 was great to begin with. So just the fact that they've gotten, I think it's Japanese ED glass in there now. So hey, you can't go wrong with any of the Arkin scopes that I've tested.
Now they come out with a newer model than that one, right?
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about, the SH4J. The J stands for Japanese glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right. Well, thanks everybody. And you have a good Mother's Day, everybody.
You guys get over and check out Moondog and get entered in those giveaways, because he always has some awesome giveaways. And like I said, Hillbilly Nation, they win quite a few of them. So.
You do. All right, gentlemen. See ya.
Let's see you, buddy.
See you, Moondog.
Absolutely. Rock.
Well, tell you what, let's go ahead and keep going around the panel, and we'll get out of here. These fine folks might want to go to bed. So anyway, we'll just go ahead and just drop down to you, Bubba, and work our way around the room. What you got coming up, buddy? He left. No, he's back.
My camera's not wanting to work. I was going to turn on my camera, but
oh no,
it's old. I need to replace it. I've had it for like 10 years.
Oh,
and it was a cheap 5-bean one. I don't really know what's coming up. I do have one project I need to take care of, but that's probably not going to be done until Tuesday. I would show what the project is, but since the intelligent AI that we have for this platform decides to think something is something when it's not, I'm not going to show what it is just for safety's sake. But I do have a couple projects I want to put together and stuff, and I'm hoping, because this whole month, Kentucky Gun Co. is doing free range days. So all throughout this month is free indoor range, and I'm probably going to get some indoor range time here soon. I'm hoping Sunday or Monday, because those are my days off. But if not, I keep trying. Good, the bad, and the bubba. I didn't get to do one this week because when I woke up, it was already 12, and I had to start getting ready for work. So I apologize for that. But hopefully we do one this week. I'm not going to guarantee it just because I don't know. But if you happen to see it there, that means it's happening. I usually try to do like an hour, 2-hour window before it starts so that everybody knows that it's up. So just be looking for that. If it doesn't show up by 10:30, it's probably not happening.
Well, we sure missed the good, bad, the Bubba. So
I miss doing it. I miss a lot of stuff. But with the new schedule and stuff like that, working 2 to 10 and resetting everything, it's trying to get used to it. It's been kind of weird because I'm so used to being up from 10 till 6, 12 in the morning the next day. But hopefully we can get this all situated and stuff, because I do miss doing content and stuff. I miss talking to everybody, and hopefully we get it straightened out.
Awesome. Well, hopefully so. It's always fun. Guys, go over and check out Bubba Triclops Ballistic. If you're not subscribed to him, please do, because you won't regret it. Good stuff over there. And I really missed Good, the Bad, the Bubba. I hope you can get that going, this week or this coming week, I guess. And also, I didn't say earlier, but the people that's on the panel earlier, we had JH586, Moondog Industries, Moondog Go. He has a couple channels there, and Viejo. You guys go check out their channels and subscribe. Great stuff. There's also a lot of great people out in the side chat that have wonderful channels. So make sure you check everybody out. Thanks a lot, Bubba, for being on tonight. I appreciate you, brother. So Pat in the Bunker, what you got coming up? We're going to see any tractor this week?
Well, I've seen plenty of tractors and sprayers and everything else this week. Hopefully it rains so I can get a actual gun video out this week on that Panzer that I've been saying the last couple of weeks. Oh, Lord sakes. But no, go check out everybody on the panel. Everybody's got good stuff. Bubba, Gizzard, Garage Guy, Hillbilly. And there's a bunch of good people out there in the side chat. Too many to mention. But I will give a quick shout out to my shout out of the week. To Mead Industries. Mead Ammo or Mead Industries. Type in either one. This is stuff that I'm running right now. The 77 boat tail hollow point in 5.56, and it is good stuff. It is really good stuff.
Nice.
I've got coyotes and bobcats and other little critters, and they don't survive very long when they get a little pill from that particular cartridge with the hollow point on there. So yeah, go check those guys out. They're in my backyard, and really good industry. And if you shot anything from SIG to Remington to Cellar Below to, the list is too long. They've designed it. They've made the machining for them. So yeah, awesome group of guys. Thanks for having me on, Hillbilly. Appreciate it. For taking up too much time.
Hey, you betcha, buddy. You gotta tell them they might want to nickname that Dirt Nap. So
yeah, it very well could be, because I've only had to put one pill into everything that I've taken. and it,
Awesome. Guys, go over and
kills
check
my
out
night
Pat in
pretty
the
quick.
Bunker. He's in the bunker tonight. He might be on a tractor. He might be on a three-wheeler. He might be in his truck. You never know where Pat's going to be. But go check him out. Sometimes he'll go live while he's out working and stuff. And so, if you're into ranching, farming, any of that stuff, it's always great stuff to watch. So make sure you go check him out. Appreciate you, Pat, for being here tonight, buddy. So, DJ, what you got coming up, buddy?
I'm not quite sure yet. And I think beginning in the after chat, we're going to figure something out for DJ. I've had an account for a long time. And Wednesday night or Thursday morning, I have 100 subscribers on my channel. So, right on. And, I've never sought subscribers kind of thing, but it is kind of exciting. And Hillbilly, you are due a whole stack of thank yous, because at the end of every show, you say, and go over and check out DJ. He doesn't have much content, but he does a lot of work for the 2A, and I think that's paid off, man. So I finally hit 100. I am notorious for not sending things to people that I said I was going to. Misty, Mrs. Wayne, I'm still sorry. Some of the panel even sort of deal. But I'd like to cook up some ideas maybe backstage and have something that we can do perhaps through your show. I thank you very much for inviting me tonight. I enjoyed my time. I want everybody to be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. I'm out.
Good stuff, buddy. Guys, go over and check out DJ Play Nice. Subscribe to his channel. Like I said, he don't have any content over there, but he is such a big supporter of the 2A community. So many different live shows and all that stuff, and he's that feller that's like right there making sure everything goes good and working well and supporting everybody. So, that right there is a lot. Some people do content, some people don't, but it don't matter if you do content or not. There's so many people, like even out in the side chat and in the comments, they might not have content out, but man, what support that they do to the 2A community. It's just wonderful. And I want to thank each and every one of you. So thank you so much for being here, DJ. Appreciate you, brother. So Garage Guy, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, as I said at the beginning of the chat last week, DJ has the voice of radio, and I have been told I have a face made for radio. But
me too, brother.
Also, I guess I'm going to have to get another keyboard, because when I would type in a comment and hit the enter button one time, the comment would pop up either 2 or 3 times, and I don't need that, So time for another keyboard. Some of them things,
Are you typing your comment in StreamYard? Because, it's going to do that, because it's going out to several destinations at once.
Well, that's okay then.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put it in the StreamYard, it'll go up to anybody sharing the stream plus the actual stream.
All right. Yeah, well, no problem then. I'll save a few bucks.
See, send Gary $5 or $10. He saved you a keyboard.
Yeah. But as far as upcoming videos, like I said earlier, I'm going to be doing an ammo test on 38 Special aluminum cased ammo. I got the most of it done today. Also, like I said, I bought a handgun, which was chambered in 22 LR, and I thought I'd never buy it, but I figure why not? Give it a chance. I'm not going to badmouth a firearm if I've never tried it before.
Mm-hmm.
I like my channel to be honest, and I like to share my experiences with people. And so I figured, why not? The price was right, and I'm like, hey, why not? And as always, it's really good to be with you guys here. You're like extended family. Everybody in the side chat, same thing goes for you guys as well. I always enjoy it, and I got an early morning, coming up. So after I finish running my mouth, I guess I'm going to get off here. Always good to see you, Hillbilly. Thank you very much for the link. I appreciate it. Love being here. And I'll catch y'all next time. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Well, thank you, Garage Guy, for being here. Appreciate you, buddy. Guys, go over and check out Garage Guy's channel. It is Garage Guy 879. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Always some good stuff over there. Appreciate you, buddy, for being in here. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Mr. Gizzy Gary, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, I've still got a couple reviews to do on a couple of knives from Kaiser, and also one from Ron Wayne. I try to get those done before the middle of next week because as of Wednesday, I'm going to be leaving for NRAM in Dallas. I'll be there through the weekend. So consequently, we won't be doing any of my live streams next week. So no members only chat, no foul territory. Also, sadly, I won't be here for a Hillbilly show next Saturday either. So anyway, I will be back the following week. So hopefully I'll have some video and some information from NRAM for y'all. Sorry I'm going to miss that on the live streams, but sometimes we have to travel. So anyway, thanks for having me. Check out my knife content. I'll try to keep I'll try to have enough shorts out there in the can where they can run while I'm gone and stuff like that. So
awesome.
Thanks for having me. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Great, buddy. That's awesome. You guys are going to have fun. I wish I could, meet you guys down there. It's not that far from here. I think 5.5 hours. Been to Dallas, Fort Worth area many, many times, and, love it. And I wish I could go. We just got too much stuff going on around here. But have fun down there. Enjoy your time. And, give us some really good videos. Guys, go over and check out Gizzard Gary's channel if you've not already, and subscribe. Great stuff there. You got Foul Territory on Friday nights right after Georgia Shooting Connection. And then right after Gizzard Gary on Friday nights is also the 2A weekly wrap-up from gun websites. So anyway, great start off of the weekend on Friday nights. So go check them out. And appreciate you, buddy, for being here. Thank you so much.
You bet.
But anyway, guys, oh, man, what a blast it's been. We made it through the whole live stream. Never thought I'd have to worry about this, but after Tuesday night, I was like, oh, man, hope we're good. So anyway, appreciate each and every one of you out there. I want to shout out the VIPs for sponsoring all the giveaways to this channel. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you so much, honestly. And also thanks to Pat in the Bunker and Tactical FUD for getting memberships out there tonight. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys for that. And I also want to thank the sponsors and affiliates of this channel. Big help with getting to try out some new stuff and give you guys my honest opinion on products. And so that really helps this channel out a lot, and I just want to thank you all so much. Anyway, I've been trying to put out a video a day pretty much, so hopefully got something out there you guys will enjoy watching. And I just want to thank you all so much, and we'll be seeing you again next Saturday night right here on Guns, Bear, and Therapy. So I want to leave you all with this. Remember, God, family, and country. And make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, creeks don't rise. We'll be seeing you all again, Hillbilly Nation.